FPL is back for another season, and in this video I'm going to be giving you some helpful tips on how to build your teams for the upcoming FPL season. So be sure to stay to the end and be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more FPL content from me. Now let's get into it. It's so great to be back for another season of FPL. Really sorry I couldn't make any other videos for the past few weeks. You know, I've been busy, you know, life happens. I've been busy with work and stuff. So yeah, didn't really have time to make FPL videos, but I'm back now. I'm back for another season of FPL and I'm super excited. Now let's get into it. Now, one thing I've noticed for this FPL season is that the forwards I think are an absolute mess. Like, honestly, there are only a few select forwards that people should be choosing, like Haaland. Kane is definitely a good option. Tony, no one's gonna choose Tony. He's banned until January. Watkins, Wilson, and maybe even like Isaac. And yeah, that's it. Those are only the forwards that I feel like are really worth acquiring, and then the rest of them are just unknowns or just complete duds, like, which is really annoying. Like, you need to have good forwards because, you know, they're just gonna get a lot of the points with your teams, and yeah, if you don't have good forwards, then yeah, you're gonna be really left behind. So looking at the forward situation here, I just feel like people are just going to select the few forwards that everybody knows, i.e. Haaland, definitely good option. Kane is a great option, you know, if he stays at Tottenham, that is to say. If he goes to like Bayern or something, yeah, nothing you can do there. But if he comes to Man United, I'm definitely going to have to put him in my team. Tony, you're not going to get him because he's banned. Watkins, very good option. Wilson, he kind of rotates between him and Isaac. Like, it's really annoying. So I'm not really sure if he's going to be starting like every single game. That's a question mark. Jesus is a good option, but obviously he didn't do so well last season because mostly injury, but you know, he's still a good option, and the Arsenal fixtures are really nice as well. Look at that fixture list. He is definitely worth looking at. And then, yeah, that's just about it. That's really it. That's it. Like, the rest of these forwards here, they're just gambles. Like, if you want to gamble on someone and save some money for elsewhere, that is not the worst idea. I mean, I've got Evan Ferguson here, just needed someone. But yeah, the forward situation, I don't really think you should be like thinking a lot about it, because yeah, there's so few options to choose from, in my opinion. So yeah, go with the forwards that are ready, sure, and are proven goal scorers. So that should be that. Now, the midfielders and defenders, unlike the forwards, aren't a straightforward choice, and there's a lot of variety, and this part of your team can either make or break your team. So choosing the right midfielders and defenders are very important. And also, the benefit of choosing the right players is that their value will actually go up. So if their value goes up, you've got more money in the bank to spend on other players that you may have not been able to afford at the start of FPL. So that's another very helpful thing to know when it comes to selecting your team. Be sure to choose the right players. Now, what should you be looking for? You should be looking for midfielders and defenders who are very attack-minded. So the ones like Salah, the ones like Rashford, De Bruyne, Fernandes, those are the players that you should be targeting. You shouldn't really target players like Rodri, you know, Casemiro. Those type of players, they don't really go forward enough, and therefore they don't really score highly in FPL. So try to avoid those more defensive-minded midfielders and defenders. The ones that are the most attack-minded are definitely the ones you will target, and the ones that will score the highest on FPL. So players like Rashford, De Bruyne, Salah, Saka, Odegaard, those players that you should be having into your team. So for me in particular, I've gone with Rashford because Man United's striking situation is appalling, and we should definitely be signing some strikers. Only Martial is the only out-and-out striker per se in our squad, and just we need to sign a striker. Oh my god, if we don't sign a striker, we are doomed. But that's another discussion for another day. So we've gone with Rashford, we've gone with Saka as well, a very good player, got a lot of goals and assists last season, and I expect the same for this upcoming season. We've got Mbermo. If you guys, if you want a hidden gem, this guy is your best bet because Ivan Toney is banned until January, so he's not playing until January, and Mbermo was actually playing up front for Brentford, so in his absence, and as well he was on penalties. So yeah, those are great things to have, and because he's listed as a midfielder, he will get extra points because instead of 4 goals for attackers, he will get 5 points per goal because he's listed as a midfielder, and he takes penalties, which is something you'll love to see, a hidden gem, and yeah, someone you should be heavily considering for your team. We've got Mitoma as well. He was very good last season, very surprising, and at 6.5, he's a pretty good price for the player you're getting, in my opinion. And we've got Mason Mount, which is a very interesting choice. Not a lot of people, well, most people would say is not the most popular of choice, but I just feel like, you know, as a United fan, I know Ten Hag has really wanted Mount for a long time, and yeah, he is like the perfect player to fit Ten Hag's system, and I feel like he is definitely going to play because, you know, 60 million for a player, you definitely are going to play him, and with the in the Ten Hag system, I feel like he's going to do really well. So he's a bit of a gamble, but you know, it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Now I did really want Foden, but he's 7.5 and I've got no extra money, so I have to make some cuts elsewhere if I want to get him in, but you know, to be honest, it is what it is. Now for the defenders, and first and foremost for defenders, you want them to keep clean sheets because that's their source of points in FPL. That's where they get their points. So you really want players from the teams that are, this is pretty much higher up in the table per se. So players from Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, players from those type of teams are the ones you should be considering. And in my personal opinion, I believe fullbacks are the best in FPL because, like I said, because they're the most attack-minded of defenders. They will get up and down the pitch. They will make some crosses and possibly get assists and sometimes even goals. So players like Trent, players like Trippier, Luke Shaw, Estupiñán, those type of players are the ones that are probably going to be scoring the most amount of points in the defender category. So target players like them and you will be having yourselves a lovely day. And for goalkeepers as well, you just want them to keep clean sheets and that's about it. So again, keepers from the teams that are going to be fighting for the title are the ones you should be selecting. So yeah, those are my tips when it comes to team building in FPL. Hopefully you find them helpful. And yeah, let's get into some power-ups. So we've got bench boost, triple captain, and free hit. Now, you should really be only using these when there's a double game week. When there's a double game week is when, you know, sometimes there's the fixtures get rearranged and teams play 2 games in 1 game week. So when that happens, that's when you should be playing these boosts. So for example, if Haaland's got 2 games in 1 game week, that's when you should be triple captaining him. And if a lot of your team has a double game week, is playing 2 games in 1 game week, then you should be using your bench boosts. So wait and see until there is a double game week coming to use these boosts. So that's my helpful tip there. And for free hit, you will usually use it when a lot of your players don't have games in the game week, because sometimes that does happen. And if a lot of your team is not playing in that game week, then you don't want to be making a lot of transfers, taking -4 hits to your team, and yeah, losing out in FPL. So you would use your free hit when there's a lot of players in your team that aren't playing in the game week. So yeah, that's my tip for the boost. Let me know if you found them very helpful in the comments down below. Okay, very quickly to wrap up this video, I'm going to be going through my team and why I've selected these players for the moment. I've got Ederson in goal because he's a mainstay and Man City are the best team and should hypothetically keep the most clean sheets, so that's why I gone with him. Estupiñán, he did so well last season, and for 5 million, should be a great player to have in your FPL team, and he's playing Luton at home. Fantastic fixture to start off with. We've got Gabriel, a very good player for Arsenal, part of the mainstay. I know Arsenal are going to sign Timber pretty soon, but I feel like Gabriel's going to be staying. That partnership between Saliba and Gabriel is going to be consistent, I believe, especially at the start. So he's worth having. And Nottingham Forest at home. Come on now. No better fixture than that. Shaw against Wolves at home. Luke Shaw is a great player to have in FPL. Very consistent. And yeah, should be great for another season of FPL. Mount, I've gone through the midfield. Mount, Man United player. Wolves again. And Burmo, I've explained before. Mitoma, Saka, yeah, I've explained all of them. And Haaland, obviously the mainstay. If you don't have Haaland, you are probably going to lose out in FPL. And Jesus, because, you know, I just feel like Arsenal's first, like, 7 game week fixtures, they're just great fixtures, and yeah, definitely worth having Arsenal players. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this team. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. Be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more FPL content from me. And also, by the way, my FPL League code is down below in the description, so if you want to join me and join my league, feel free to do so. I would love for you to go against all of you. So if you think you're good, come join my league. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, see ya.